Inshallah, I request all the brothers inshallah to join in hamd, praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. دل کو اگر چمکانا ہو تو کر لو ذکر الا اللہ. دل کو اگر چمکانا ہو تو کر لو ذکر الا اللہ. لا الہ الا اللہ, لا الہ الا اللہ, لا الہ الا اللہ, لا الہ الا اللہ. کوئی بتائے دریا وہ کو ایسی روانی کس نے دی, کس نے چمکتا دن بخشا یہ رات سہانی کس نے دی. ننے مننے پودوں کو گلشن کی جوانی کس نے دی. وہ یکتا قدرت بھی یکتا, وہ یکتا قدرت بھی یکتا, یکتا ہے میرا اللہ. لا الہ الا اللہ, لا الہ الا اللہ, لا الہ اللہ, لا الہ الا اللہ. دل کو اگر چمکانا ہو تو کر لو ذکر الا اللہ, لا الا اللہ, لا الہ الا اللہ. سوچو ذرا فرعون کے گھر میں موسیٰ کو کس نے پالا, غور کرو مچھلی کی شکم میں ہے یونس کو کس نے پالا. پہلے آگ میں ڈالا اور پھر آگ کو پھول کس نے کیا. اس کے نام کے گن گاتے ہیں, اس کے نام کے گن گاتے ہیں ابراہیم خلیل اللہ. لا الہ الا اللہ, لا الہ الا اللہ, لا الہ الا اللہ, لا الہ الا اللہ. دل کو اگر چمکانا ہو تو کر لو ذکر الا اللہ, لا الہ الا اللہ, لا الہ الا اللہ. اللہ 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 اللہ. دل کو اگر چمکانا ہو تو کر لو ذکر الا اللہ.
اور چلو بھائی حافظ میری چھٹی پڑھتے ہی رہو پوری رات. ون مور درود شریف,
درود شریف,
ون مور درود شریف. بھائی وہ مائک پہن لو, اس کو سے آواز ہو جاتی ہے.
اوکے.
درود شریف والی پڑھو, خوشبو والی سنا دو, ایسا کرو
پلیز. یہ جلوہ حق سبحان اللہ.
ہاں چلو یہ جلوہ حق سبحان اللہ. ان دو کی قہوہ ہے.
یہ جلوہ حق سبحان اللہ، یہ نور ہدایت کیا کہنا، یہ جلوہ حق سبحان اللہ، یہ نور ہدایت کیا کہنا، جبریل بھی ہے شہدا ان کے، یہ شان نبوت کیا کہنا، سبحان اللہ 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 سبحان اللہ، وہ کفر کی ظلمت دور ہوئی اور محفل دی پر نور ہوئی، وہ کفر کی ظلمت دور ہوئی اور محفل دی پر نور ہوئی، یہ مہر خدا سبحان اللہ، یہ صبح سعادت کیا کہنا، یہ مہر خدا سبحان اللہ، یہ صبح سعادت کیا کہنا، یہ جلوہ حق سبحان اللہ، یہ نور ہدایت کیا کہنا، سبحان اللہ 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 سبحان اللہ، جس دل میں ہو پرتو کرسی عرش، اس دل کی بلندی صلی علی، جس دل میں ہو پرتو کرسی عرش، اس دل کی بلندی صلی علی، جس سینے میں قرآن اترا ہو، جس سینے میں قرآن اترا ہو، جس سینے میں قرآن اترا ہو، اس سینے کی عظمت کیا کہنا، یہ جلوہ حق سبحان اللہ، یہ نور ہدایت کیا کہنا، جبریل بھی ہے شہدا ان کے، یہ شان نبوت کیا کہنا، سبحان اللہ 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 سبحان اللہ۔
علی سلمان صاحب کتنے ہیں؟ السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ۔ بھائی روزانہ تو ہمارا بیان اتنے بجے فنش ہوتا ہے، آج تو اتنے بجے شروع ہو رہا ہے، اس لیے آپ کی خیر نہیں ہے، ٹھیک ہے، نہیں بھی ختم کر دیتے ہیں تھوڑا 5-10 منٹ کے لیے۔ دوستو بزرگوں، مائی فرینڈس، ٹوڈے از ختم قرآن۔ want to talk about the surahs from Wadduha till the end, all connected. Wadduha, first of all, you know, many of you are going through exams now, right? So you study, and then before exam you make some small notes, and when you're going in the exam hall you go through those notes quickly so you can remember everything, and then you go to the exams. So large volumes, you summarize them into small notes. So Quran Sharif has long surahs, 29 siparas. Now Quran's coming to a close, so these are small notes, like your small notes. Wadduha talks about the greatness of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى. Allah will give you so much that you will get happy. Allah made him happy. Then Allah reminded him, ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى. Since it's this, then فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر. You were yatim, so if any yatim comes to you, don't be hard on him, go easy on him. وأما السائل فلا تنهر. Any poor man comes to ask you, don't rebuke him and shout at him and drive him away. Bring him close, give him whatever you can. And وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. Your Rabb's ni'mats, talk about them. Proclaim them. Tell people about your Rabb's ni'mats. Then alam nashrah. Again, alam nashrah laka sadrak. Alam yajidka yatiman fa'awa. So alam nashrah. Both surahs connected. Did we not broaden your chest for you? Give you confidence in everything. If I don't have confidence in something, I can't convince you. I have to have confidence myself in order to convince you. So Allah gave that Sharh Sadr and confidence to Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sharh Sadr. Wada'na anka wizrak. You were really strictened and hard and pressed and you didn't know what to do. Allah removed all that burden from you, made everything easy for you. So remember, وَوَضَعْنَا عَنْكَ وِزْرَكَ الَّذِي يَنْقَضَ ظَهْرَكَ وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ. Hi, we elevated your status, your name, until the day of Qiyamah. He asked Jibreel, how is my zikr and name elevated? And Jibreel said, قال الله تعالى, Allah gave the answer, إِذَا ذُكِرْتُ ذُكِرْتَ. When I am remembered, you will be remembered. This is elevating your status. 5 times azan, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, and then ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Non-Muslim wants to embrace Islam, he can't just say la ilaha illallah. He has to say Muhammadur Rasulullah as well. Otherwise he is not a believer. Everywhere with Allah, Muhammad's name is mentioned. This is elevating his status. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. With every hardship there is ease, with every hardship there is ease. Allah will give you ease in your hardships. وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ. Allah talked about Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now he talks in this surah about his city. وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينِ. Allah takes custom of fig, olives, Tur Sinin, where Musa alayhi salam was on the tree where he came. And number 4, وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينِ. Allah is mentioning Makkah Mukarramah. This is where the last and final wahi of Allah came, which will remain until the day of Qiyamah. Some nasihat after that. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. And then next surah, Iqra Bismi. When Allah mentioned that city where the wahi came, now Allah specifically mentioned that ghar in which the wahi came, and the first wahi that came on him, which is Iqra Bismi Rabbika Allazi خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. Some nasihat, hidayat to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then inna anzalna. Again the wahi. It came in the city of Makkah, the first wahi in Ghar Hira. Now after mentioning Makan, Allah mentions Zaman. Zaman, time is inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Wama adraka ma laylatul qadr. Many ulama say that Laylatul Qadr is the 27th night, this night. Why? Shah Abdul Aziz Muhaddis Dehlavi Rahmatullah alayhi said that the word Laylatul Qadr is mentioned 3 times in this surah. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Wama adraka ma laylatul qadr. Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alf shahr. 3 times. And Layla, Lam Ya, Lam Ta, Alif Lam Qaf Dal Ra is 9 letters. 9 times 3 is 27. So 27 night is Laylatul Qadr. This is Shah Abdul Aziz's istidlal. And this is why majority of the Ummah, Ubay ibn Ka'b, Ibn Mas'ud, Imam Abu Hanifa used to say 27 night is Laylatul Qadr. This is why us Hanfis say 27 is Laylatul Qadr. Chalo, something better than nothing. Little bit of worship to ho jana chahiye na. So this is the time, Laylatul Qadr, when wahi came. Then we have لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين منفكين حتى تأتيهم البينة. They were not to believe until Bayyinah comes. Clear cut proof. What is that Bayyinah? Rasulun min Allah. Allah's Rasul. Yatlu suhufan mutahara. Reading to them suhuf, sahifa, parchments and papers which are pure and clean. Quran Sharif. Fiha kutubun qayyima. Allah talks about that Rasul. They used to say, if that Rasul comes, we'll believe in him. But when that Rasul came, they said, no, we're not going to believe now. They went back on their word, their promise. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ حُنَفَاءَ وَيُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَيُؤْتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَذَلِكَ دِينُ الْقَيِّمَةُ. Then Allah mentioned, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, those who deny that Rasul, their azab. They are sharrul bariyah. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ خَيْرُ الْبَرِيَّةِ. Allah mentions these points with regards to the Rasul connected to that. Then Allah moves on to, there are three main topics in Aqidah, right? In Aqidah and Imaniyat, कोई गाड़ी ब्लॉक कर रही है, नंबर बोलो. नंबर प्लेट चली गई, कलर क्या है गाड़ी का? गार्बेज कैन के पास रखी हुई किसी हैंडीकैप की गाड़ी, हटा लो अपनी, वो ब्लॉक कर रही है किसी और को. जी, तो three main points of Aqidah, right? Tawheed, Risalat, Akhirat. And these points are discussed in these surahs. Up to now, you've noticed which point was discussed? Risalat, right? Muhammadur Rasulullah, his status, his seerat, his biography, his wahi, his Quran which Allah gave him. Now from Idha Zulzilat, Allah moves on to the topic of Akhirat, Qiyamah. Idha Zulzilatil Ardu Zilzalaha, when the trumpet is blown, the earth is shaken, people are brought out, the earth speaks of everything that happened on it. Tuhaddithu akhbaraha. Why? Bianna rabbaka uhala, because Allah's order, speak, and the earth will speak. This place, this musalla, this earth will speak. So and so did sajda over here, Mufti Hayat did sajda here, Dawood Bhai did sajda here, Abdullah did sajda there, Zishan did sajda there, Umair Bhai did sajda over there, he did sajda here, and Humayd and Hamad did sajda over here, Huzaifa did sajda over here. The earth will speak, good and bad. Zina, it will speak of zina, sharab, drugs, bad things. RDXCSCF005, बड़ा लंबा नंबर है. RDXCSCF005 है जी. So تحدث أخبارها, because بأن ربك وحالها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره. An iota's weight of good deed, you will see it. Iota's weight of bad deed, you will see it. What is the meaning of seeing it? Seeing the reward or the punishment? Then wal adiyat, again talks about life after death from another point of view. Allah talks about horses and their wafadari. You know, horse is the fastest among the four-legged animals and is the bravest, right? Because those we ride in that category: horse, mule, donkey. Camel is another category. High is for long journeys, but short journeys they used to use these three. Now, donkey, gada तो गधा है, हटता ही नहीं, जल्दी चलता ही नहीं, मार मार के थक जाओ भी रखता है. Mule is a mixture of घोड़ा and gada, and it's good, it's strong, some qualities of donkey and some of horse. But horse is horse. when you have that attachment with your horse, it knows who you are, right? You build a relationship with your horse. Then you don't even have to tell. You just have to sit on it and it runs. And you don't have to hold the rein. You can control it with your heel. Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu used to have sword in one hand, spear in the other hand, and control his horse with his heel, back and forth, right and left. And he used to fight in the battlefield. And horse is really brave. It goes into the thick of the battle. Doesn't stay behind. It's not scared. So Allah takes qasam of the horses. وَالْعَادِيَاتِ ضَبْحًا فَالْمُورِيَاتِ قَدْحًا فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ صُبْحًا فَأَثَرْنَ بِهِ نَقْعًا فَوَسَطْنَ بِهِ جَمْعًا. Some sifat of the horses, how they run fast. And when they are running, their horseshoe strikes on the stone and brings out sparks. Allah takes qasam of those sparks. And when you want them to ambush and attack early morning, the horse won't stay asleep, Gada will stay asleep. Horse is awake, ready for you to ride, and it will take you in the morning to attack the enemy. فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ الصُّبْحَ فَأَثَرْنَ بِهِ نَقْعًا. When it's running, there's lots of dirt and dust and ghubar blowing up. Lots of horses together, but it doesn't care. It keeps running in spite of all that dust and whatever dhul is sand is blowing on it. فَأَثَرْنَ بِهِ نَقْعًا إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لِرَبِّهِ لَكَنُودٌ. Connection between his, look, the horse is so wafadar, so obedient, so connected. On the other hand, insan has no wafadari with his Rabb. He is kanud. Kanud means nashukra, ungrateful. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لِرَبِّهِ لَكَنُودٌ وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَشَهِيدٌ. He knows it himself that I am nashukra, but he still does nashukri. Shaheed, he is gawah, I am doing nashukri, but he still does nashukri. He is not grateful. وَإِنَّهُ لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَشَدِيدٌ. Khair, mal, money. He loves money. The love of money is severe in his heart. Very strong love for wealth and money. وَإِنَّهُ لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ أَفَلَا يَعْلَمُ إِذَا بُعْثِرَ مَا فِي الْقُبُورِ وَحُصِّلَ مَا فِي الصُّدُورِ إِنَّ رَبَّهُمْ بِهِمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ لَخَبِيرٌ. Does he not know when the qabrs opened up and standing before Allah, everything in the breast is brought open. At the moment you can hide in your heart what you want. On the day of Qiyamah you can't hide anything. Everything will be there. وَحُصِّلَ مَا فِي الصُّدُورِ إِنَّ رَبَّهُمْ بِهِمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ لَخَبِيرٌ. القاریہ والقاریہ, سور پھونکنے کا حال بیان کیا. الہاکم التکاثر, دنیا کا حال بیان کیا. We love increasing our wealth. We compete and vie with one another in making more and more money. And this remains our condition until we visit the graveyard. Until visiting ziyarat nahi. Until we visit the graveyard with our body, kabar, inside. When we die, that's when we realize, oh Baap re Baap, what did I do? My whole life I wasted it. I didn't do anything good. I wish I had done something good. But it's too late now. حَتَّى زُرْتُمُ الْمَقَابِرِ. This is what كَلَّا سَوْفَ تَعْلَمُونَ. You'll soon find out. You'll regret it when you go down under. ثُمَّ كَلَّا سَوْفَ تَعْلَمُونَ كَلَّا لَوْ تَعْلَمُونَ عِلْمَ الْيَقِينِ لَتَرَوُنَّ الْجَحِيمِ. If you only had ilmul yaqeen, knowledge with certainty. Three types of yaqeen. Knowledge with certainty. Ainul yaqeen, seeing thing with certainty. And haqqul yaqeen, feeling that thing. Three types of yaqeen. Right? Fire burns, you know it. You see someone burning in fire, that's ainul yaqeen. And you yourself are burnt in the fire, that's haqqul yaqeen. So ilmul yaqeen, ainul yaqeen, haqqul yaqeen. Allah says, even if you had just ilmul yaqeen of akhirat, you wouldn't do this. But that certainty is not there. You are in doubts, suspicion about life after death. Doubts creep in. Shaitan put doubt in your mind about akhirat. That's why you don't pay attention to akhirat. لَتَرَوُنَّ الْجَحِيمِ ثُمَّ لَتَرَوُنَّهَا عَيْنَ الْيَقِينِ. You'll see it with your own eyes. ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ. Allah will ask you about the ni'mats and blessings He had given you. the favors and the bounties it bestowed upon you. नेमतों का सवाल होगा. Wal asr, life. Allah talked about al-hakumut takathur. Now Allah is talking about your life, time. Time is your most precious asset. Don't waste time. If you waste time, then innal insana lafi khusr. You are losing out. Time is your raw material. It's your punji. If a businessman has a punji, क्या कहते हैं punji को? Capital, 100,000. Rather than doing business and increasing it, he keeps wasting it, throwing it in garbage here and there. He wastes that capital. He's gonna fall into zero and then debts. Similarly, if you waste your capital, which is time, you're gonna fall into zero, and if you do bad stuff, you'll go down under, like the businessman goes into debt. This is khasara, loss. Only people who do 4 things are not suffering loss. Iman, amal saleh, tawasi bil haq, tawasi bis sabr. They are winning, they are gaining, they are profiting in their business. Otherwise, all mankind is losing out, failing. So, see the connection between the qassam and the maqsam bihi. Qassam is wal asr, and maqsam bihi is innal insana lafi khusr. Time, by the time, I take custom that you are in khasara because you're wasting time. Don't waste time on mobile phone, on unnecessary videos, on rubbish groups, WhatsApp groups, plenty of groups, because every group sends repeats, and you open those repeats and you open, you waste time. Even if you don't open the video, but you just look at the video, you're wasting time. You don't look at it, you don't open the video, you just check it कि ये कौन ग्रुप पे क्या आया है, उसके देखने में ही कितना टाइम वेस्ट होता है. Don't waste time. And then other social media, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Snap, क्या GPT है, Chat GPT, बगल बढ़ AI, artificial intelligence, or metaverse. I haven't got metaverse, but I feel like getting one from Canada. It might be cheaper here. Just to know what it is. Mufti Ismail Kotwal was saying it. This kid has it, and he brought it to madrasa to show Mufti Ismail Kotwal. So he wore it, and he said, Maulvi Sahab, you just go into another world. A virtual world, it's a whole world out there. It's ajeeb, it's amazing. Technology is amazing. But it wastes our time. Our life gets wasted. The other day, Maulana Ibrahim Surti Sahab mentioned, average usage of mobile is 12 hours a day. Bapre Bap. 24 hours, may say 12 hours are on mobile. People use mobile in the toilet. When they're doing their business, they're watching videos. Sometimes you pass by airports or services, someone is, standing up urinating, at the same time he's watching video. पागल कहीं का भाई, इतनी देर तो बंद कर वीडियो को. पेशाब भी नहीं होता वीडियो के देखे बगैर. Wasting time, wastage, too much distraction. My Ustad Sheikh Saifur Rahman Sahab Al-Makki in Makkah Mukarramah, once he came to do bayan in our Canadian group, Shoaib Bhai Bhagia's group, and our group, during Hajj time some years ago. So he said, मेरी नजर में इस दौर का सबसे बड़ा फितना मोबाइल फोन है. At this time, the greatest fitna is not television, it's not anything else, is this smartphone. And he said, in Saudi, the enemies of Islam are so, क्या कहते हैं, clever, cunning. They charge in Saudi for using mobile during the day, but at night time is free. What happens? The youngsters, boys and girls, because it's free at night, they're on it all night. And some of my friends teach in Dammam school and Riyaz and Jeddah. They say these kids come to school and they're sleeping. Half the time you spend your time shouting at them, waking them up, they don't want to learn. This is how you get rid of a society and put them backwards. So he said smartphone is the greatest fitna of this era. Don't give your kids smartphones. Keep them away from smartphones. And if you must, then, tell them to use wisely. Train them that these are the things you can see, these are things you can't. And you have to have a watchful eye over them. Otherwise, they're going to go astray. So, Wal Asr is talking about time. And then Wailul li kulli humazatil lumaza, about people with bad habits, bad akhlaq, taunting people, criticizing, backbiting, finding faults, and amassing wealth needlessly, hoarding it, and thinking that my wealth is going to keep me alive forever. Allah said, that's not what's going to happen. He'll end up in the fire of Jahannam because of his bad habits. Then Allah moves on to, again, something which is connected to Nubuwwat. What happened 50 days before the birth of the Prophet ﷺ? Elephants, the year of elephants. Allah mentions that in Alam Tara. Li'ilafi Quraysh is connected to Alam Tara. Because when this elephants incident happened, the whole Arab realized that these people, Quraysh, are respected by Allah. Allah sent Ababil to save them and their Kaaba. They are special people. They are beloved of Allah. So what happened after this? Whenever Quraysh went on a journey, everybody welcomed them and hosted them and fed them. So Allah said, after this incident, until 40 years, Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam became Nabi. For those 40 years, we gave you the ilafi Quraysh, ulfat and love and muhabbat in the hearts of people. In your rihlatu shita'i was sayf. In winter you went down towards Yemen. In summer you went up towards Syria. In both journeys you profited a lot, and people received you and hosted you. Therefore, you should be grateful to Allah by worshipping Rabb Hazal Bayt alladhi yat'amahum min ju' wa amanahum min khawf. Then Ara'ayta alladhi, Allah talks about فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي يَدُعُّ الْيَتِيمِ. The man who denies akhirat, he rebukes and taunts yatim. Who is al-yatimul mubarak? Who was yatim in his childhood? Who was born yatim? Who grew up yatim? Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Yadu'ul yatim could be referring to Huzur Akram sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That these mushrikeen, they don't believe in akhirat, and they taunt and hurt and abuse Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who used to be a yatim, who grew up as a yatim. He deserves your attention and he deserves your respect. From where he's come to where, within 40 years, look how high he has gone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him such a high state. You do respect him, not taunt him and hurt him. وَلَا يَحُضُّ عَلَىٰ طَعَامِ الْمِسْكِينِ. This mushrik does not encourage anyone to feed anyone. आगे क्या है? फ़वैलुल लिलमुसल्लीन الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون. Salat is most important. If you don't pay attention to salat, then there is barbadi and tabahi and destruction for you. الذين هم يراءون. Don't show off. Riya is no good. ويمنعون الماعون. Don't be stingy. Some akhlaq are mentioned. And then إنا أعطيناك الكوثر, again talking about Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Muhammad, we've given you Kawthar. Kawthar's long tafsir. Allah blessed him with al-khairul kasir, abundance of greatness, so many ni'mats and bounties. Everything was given to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Akhlaqi hasana, best of characters, good looks, best of appearance, and good behavior. Generosity, fayazi, sabr, patience, hilm, burdbari, isar, thinking about others. All good akhlaq were given to him. And then when he was made prophet, he was given al-ummatul kasira. Huge ummah. His ummah is the greatest ummah. No Nabi had ummah anything close to the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. On the day of Qiyamah, 2/3 of the Jannat will be filled with his ummah and 1/3 with the rest of the Nabis. This is included in there. And then on the day of Qiyamah, Allah will give him Hawz Kawsar. From his pool, millions of people will come to drink that sweet water, Hawz Kawsar. And Allah will elevate his rank, give him kasrat in Jannat. His Jannat will be the best Jannat. Inshallah, he will invite us in his Jannat. We will go for da'wat to his Jannat, inshallah. A whole ummah, there is space for the whole ummah in his Jannat. This is all the blessings which Allah has given him. And then Allah moves to the next subject, which is Tawheed. Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun is baratun min ash-shirk. La a'budu ma ta'budun. I don't worship what you worship. You don't worship what I worship. And I will not worship in future what you worship, and you will not worship in future what I worship. For you is your deen, for me is my deen. But we agree to disagree. You stay on your way, I stay on my way. I can't force you, you can't force me. Idha jaa Nasrullah, mention of the greatness of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allah gave him so much help and assistance and fatah and victory. Allah gave him a sign. When you see يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا, people become Muslim in large numbers, then your time is near. Your time for departure is near. So سَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْهُ. Tasbih, Tahmeed, Istighfar. إِنَّهُ كَانَ تَوَّابًا. Hazrat Aisha says, when this surah was revealed, Huzur realized my life is coming to an end. He was only 63. He knew my time is close. So every time he went in ruku, he was sujood, he used to say, Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, Allahumma ghafirli. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, Allahumma ghafirli. Along with the tasbih. Subhan Rabbil Azim, Subhan Rabbil Ala, he would add to it, Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, Allahumma ghafirli. Practicing on this ayat. When you realize your death is near, or someone you love is in hospital, they are near death, tell them, read this. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, Allahumma ghafirli. Allah will forgive, inshallah. And then, Tabbat Yada. Also over here, talking about an enemy of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, connected to Sirat, Risalat. Abu Lahab was staunch enemy. He used to hurt Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam so much, in spite of being chacha and uncle. You know, uncle should love the nephew, be kind and nice to him, like Abu Talib was nice to him. Abu Lahab didn't believe in him, at least he could have been nice to him like Abu Talib was. But no, Abu Lahab was another kind of uncle. He used to persecute Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He used to hurl abuse at him. He used to go behind him and tell people, my nephew is mad, don't listen to him. Hold on to your Abai Deen. So Allah mentioned, Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab, ma aghna anhu maluhu ma kasab. And then Surah Ikhlas, Tawheed. Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Say, He, Allah, is one. Allah is samad, independent. He doesn't need anyone, everyone needs Him. He is such a high sardar and leader, master, everybody needs Him. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He never gave birth to anyone. No one gave birth to him. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. He has no one who can be equal, rival unto him. He is as he is. Look at this makhluk. We can't even comprehend this makhluk. Sun, moon, stars, Mars, Jupiter, और क्या नाम है, नेपट्यून, और सारण. अच्छा मैं समझा सारण बोले, कनाडा वाले टी नहीं बोलते हैं, आर बोलते हैं, वॉरर बोलते हैं, वॉरर, वाटर को बोलते हैं वॉरर. तो सारण और ये सब प्लैनेट्स हैं, पता नहीं कितने. और ये लोग साइंस वाले तो रोज ठोकम ठोक मारते ही हैं, फला प्लानेट इतना बड़ा, फला प्लानेट इतना बड़ा, और इसके उसके बीच में इतने बिलियन साल का फासला, पता नहीं कहाँ से लाते हैं सब. समटाइम यू हैव टू स्क्रैच योर हेड कि सब सही भी है, Allah better jante hain. So if Allah's makhluk is this, billions of stars. So you can't comprehend Allah Himself. This is all in the Milky Way galaxy, right? This is Allah's creation. It's like a small ball, football, tennis ball, golf ball, tennis ball to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imagine Allah. Allah is Allah. Whatever thoughts you bring about Allah in your mind, Allah will be above that. You can never ever visualize Allah and bring Him in your mind. This is the meaning of Lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. There is none like unto Him. And then Surah Falaq, Surah Nas. The Shan and Nuzul to it, again is connected to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Right? This Yahudi who was practicing magic like Kabbalah magic hai na Hindi. It was something like that of that type. He somehow got hold of a few hair of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and then did some witchcraft on it. With his daughters, they all read some vantar, chu mantar on it. And then they tied knots in those hairs. And then they put them inside some dry leaves of date palm tree. And then they tied it with string. Like you must have seen someone making pan in our India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. And then putting it, wrapping it and putting doiri around it, string. So that's how they wrapped it up and they put it in a well under this, they have a large stone and they placed it under it. Maybe there was shallow water or it was almost dry, so they put it underneath it. Now this had effect on the body of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Like when you have fever, headache, tummy ache, right? You feel down, depressed. Now this type of effect. He was doing everything he needed to do, praying 5 times a day, giving his Jummah khutbah, and everything. But he's just down, there's something wrong. Right? He's not himself. And he couldn't understand it. And this went on for nearly 6 months. So one night he prayed and he prayed and he cried to Allah. Allah, I don't know why this is happening. Please help me. Allah, remove this. I can't go on like this. So he was sleeping. And he saw 2 angels come down. And one sat by his feet, the other by his head. And one said to the other, "What's up with this man?" And the other said, "Matbubun." Magic, sorcery has been done on him. Mashur, sihr. Who did it? Labid ibn Asam. In what? In his hair. Where is it? It's wrapped in some leaves and placed in Birezi Arwan under that stone. What is the cure for it? You should take it out and read Surah Falaq and Surah Nas and he'll get better. He woke up, he said to Aisha, "Oh Aisha, Ash'arti anna Allah aftani fi mastaftaytuhu." Shall I tell you, Allah told me the reality of what I asked from Him. This is the haqiqat. And then he told some Sahaba in one riwayah to go to Birezi Arwan and dig it out. And then in another riwayah, he went himself as well. And that bagh was derelict, unused. And the trees of that bagh were all over the place. When you don't have a gardener, then it becomes a jungle. So it had become a jungle. And the water was unused. On top of the water, there was algae, green. So he said to the Sahabi, "Go down on the well and get it from beneath that stone, rock." So the Sahabi went, pulled it out, brought it up, and Huzur said, "Open it." They opened it. And there was that gucha of hair tied knots. So he started reading Surah Falaq and Surah Nas. There were 11 knots in there, and in these 2 surahs there's 11 verses. Surah Falaq has 5 verses, Surah Nas has 6 verses, Total 11. Right? As he read them, the knots opened up themselves miraculously. Now, in hair, if you tie a knot, it's hard to open it. The hair will break, but it won't open up. Here, miraculously, as Huzur read Surah Falaq, Surah Nas, the knots kept on opening one after the other, one after the other. When the 11 knots opened up, he felt relieved as though he was chained and the chain and the shackles were taken off, and there was so much tension relieved from his body. And then he recovered. Hazrat Aisha said, Ya Rasulullah, why uski khabar lo nahi Labid ibn Asam ki? You know, punish him. And Huzur said, no, keep it down. You shouldn't publicize everything. Some things you should just, kya kehte hain usko? Niche kar do, put it down, right? Don't make them famous. Because people might start questioning, how was the Prophet, bewitched? How did sihr work on him? He's a Prophet, sihr is not supposed to work on him. People might question this manner. They might get shock and doubt. So it's better to just die it down, kill it off, don't talk to anyone about it. He said, Allah has given me shifa, I have got better, that's what I wanted. I don't want to punish him or do anything to him. He is a non-Muslim, he is a member of the Jewish community, Yehudi. He is living here with Zimma, asylum, refuge. We've given him visa, we can't touch him. I'm not going to do anything to him. This hadith is in Sahih Bukhari. But some people deny it. Like, you must have heard of this person called Dr. Akram Nadwi. Have you heard of him? He's from Nadwa, he's in Oxford Islamic Institute. And he says some weird stuff. And he talked about this hadith of magic. And he said, this hadith is not proven. It's forgery. Even though it's in Bukhari, we don't accept it. And blah, 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 blah. He's got this article, bayan on it. I listened to all his bayan, I made some points, and then I gave answer to all his objections. He took this from Mu'tazila, because Mu'tazila used to deny this hadith of sihr. So that's where he got that from. Ibn al-Qayyim mentioned a little bit about this in Zadul Ma'ad. Maybe he got some hints from there. But the hadith is sahih from Aisha radiallahu anha wa ardaha, it's in Sahih al-Bukhari, with proper sound chain of narration. There is clear-cut explanation to it, and all the objections can be answered. Anyway, Surah Falaq talks about protection with Allah, refuge with Allah, the Lord of the daybreak, from the evil of ma khalaq, all makhluk, all creation. The evil of the darkness of the night. Many evils happen in the darkness of the night. Whether it's chore, burglars, thieves, robbers, bandits, killers, or whether it's reptiles, snakes, scorpions, they come out from the jungle and enter into poor people's homes and look for food and bite and kill. So in darkness there are many evils. So we take this refuge in Allah from the evil of the darkness. And وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ, and from the evil of those who blow into knots, because these knots were made and they blew on it. The sahir blew on it. Sihr is done in many ways. So this is how the magic and sorcery was carried out on him. This is why naffathati fil uqad. And finally, hasid idha hasad. When a jealous person takes out his jealousy, he bites his teeth and he looks at you and stares at you and he does nazar bad on you and he makes sure that you fall ill and sick and you die and you fall sick. This nazar is haqq. Al-ainu haqqun. And it's because of hasad. So, min sharri hasidin idha hasad. This is why if you feel there is nazar, then read these surahs, blow on you, blow on the kids, they'll get better inshallah. And then there's Surah Nas. And in Surah Nas, seek refuge in the Rabb of Nas people, Ilah of people, and King and domain of people and from the evil of al-waswasul khannas, the one who whispers and then retreats, who does waswasa in the heart, and who is from jinn and from ins. The whisperers are from the jinn, the shaitans, iblis mal'oon, and whisperers from the insan are your bad friends. Kana punzi, they blow in your ear, they put doubt, shak in your ear. That's why avoid bad friends. You want to go pray namaz, he say, chhodni ya chalni football humni. Don't pray namaz, play football. Let's play some games. Right? They whisper bad stuff in you. Why is this like this? Why is it like that? Right? So whisperers are in Iblis, Shaitan, and whisperers are also in human beings. Allah has told us to seek refuge from both, with Allah, in Allah. Oh Allah, please protect me from both types of whisperers. Right? We need this protection, especially in this day and age. Right? So we have to read Surah Falaq, Surah Nas regularly. Our Prophet ﷺ used to read Surah Ikhlas, Surah Falaq, Surah Nas at night 3 times, blow on his hands, and he would wipe them all over his body for protection. This is sunnat. We should try and do that before we go into sleep. Will you do it, Huzaifa? Why not? Tak, tak. That will teach you how to do it. All right. Oi, you're going to do it. And you, inshallah. So, this is how Quran Sharif comes to a close. Finish. Maulana Abrar Dulevi said Quran started with Bismillah. Because before Surah Fatiha there is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The Ba of Bismillah. Right? And finished on one Nas, the Seen of one Nas. Ba and Seen make Bas. Quran paro or Bas. Finish. You don't need anything after you've got Quran. And he also said, Ba is for ittisal, connection. Bas Quran paro or connect karo apne Allah ke saath. Quran will connect you with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah give us tawfiq to read Quran, understand the meaning and message of Quran, and practice on the message of Quran. Accept from us. Jazakallah khair. Sorry for taking too much time. You have 1 hour to rest, and then 2:30. Inshallah, left, right, tahajjud, up, down, utbet, ruku, siddha, and inshallah, we'll have Quran dua again. 27th night, do some ibadat. Allah accept from us. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. परवरदिगार आलम, महज अपने फजल व करम से हमारे यहाँ उठना बैठना कहना सुनना कबूल फरमाइए। कुरान पाक के अनवार और रोशनियों से हमारे सीनों को मुनव्वर और रोशन फरमा दीजिए। हमारे बच्चों को भी अल्लाह कुरान पाक के अनवार से मुनव्वर फरमाइए। कुरान के रंग में रंग दीजिए, हम सबको कबूल फरमा लीजिए। रब्बना तक़ब्बल मिन्ना इन्नका अंतस समीउल अलीम व तुब अलैना इन्नका अंतत तव्वाबुर रहीम। सल्लल्लाहु व सल्लिम अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व आलिहि व सहबिहि अजमईन बिरहमतिका या अरहमर राहिमीन।